Oh, this is a very fancy machine.
Thank you.
Remember when we went shopping for it? And I was like, get the Zoom, because it's Flash, and Zoom is an important part of the Flash.
Exactly,
Like,
that's
and
why
you
I got
said,
it.
that means nothing to my technology. I'm trying to do a job. And I said, no, but
It's Zoom.
let's talk about Flash.
Hey Tom, what would Eobard Thon's favorite snack be?
I love the fact that you are just bridging the Flash with my podcast, Mike and Tom Eat Snacks.
It's almost like you guys are mates.
Which literally, oh my God, God love you. All I want to do is talk about that thing, and you just led me into this. My gosh. Well, you know, it's a really good question. Eobard Thon's favorite snack, I think, would involve some kind of cow-based meat product.
Right.
Because cows don't exist where he's from. They're out of cows where Eobard Thon is from. They're out of cows. So it's something like that. Maybe some beef jerky.
All right.
I think the beef jerky might be something.
All right.
I like the fact that in my head, as everyone here is waiting to talk about the Flash, I'm like, would it be beef jerky? And everyone's like, oh my God. But listen to this podcast. You won't be disappointed. Mike and Tom Eat Snacks with Michael Ian Black and Tom Cavanagh.
It's
Mates.
funny.
It's great.
It is funny, and it's very blue. It's not what you're used to seeing. Agreed? Right? That's
Agreed.
like, or
Agreed.
hearing.
Given that your character's from the future, I'm wondering what he would think of the same-sex marriage ruling that just happened here in the U.S.
Like, he'd be like, duh. He's like, my God, you idiots. Oh God, like, 2015, good work everybody. Nice job. Thonk, 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 the humans. He'd be like that.
I agree.
Right. Yeah.
What can you tell us about your character in the second season?
I can't unfortunately tell you anything, but I can dodge and weave and bob and duck questions like crazy.
How about the opportunity for you to sort of reinvent yourself in the second season? Is that an opportunity that's being presented?
That's a good answer to that man's question right there. Yes, it is an opportunity. You know, my starting point has always been, and will always be, Reverse Flash. So that's one way of getting to the question. Like that is the track that is the starting gate to the track that I'm running, and I love how we, to keep with the running and motif, how we ran that track last year. I thought they did a really good job, ending with I thought a well-earned season finale, in which, you know, sometimes the season finales are like, we got to have a big thing, and so you work hard and you formulate it, but it's not organic. I feel like with Rick Cosnett sacrificing himself with the death of Eddie Thawne coming a little bit out of left field, I think that we actually earned kind of a big moment there, and so the job now is to try and vault the high bar that Rick and the season finale set for the second season. And what's nice about it is, you know, our writing room, totemically writing it, I think, is a little bit underrated in what we do, and our writing room, I think it's safe to say, has been unafraid of the challenge from the beginning, to the point where Greg Berlanti last year, this is my third show with Greg, and you know, we came out of the gate so fast. You know, last year around episode 7, etc., we had all worried about story because we were just coming out and getting out Captain Cold and Plastique, and here comes Grodd, and like you're unveiled in episode 9 as the man in the yellow suit, and boom, boom, boom. And so I said to Greg, we had all worried about story, and verbatim, Greg's answer was, there's always more story, you know. And so they're unafraid, which I like. They're fearless. They're not trying to repeat a pilot that worked. And so in season 2, it's that. We're not trying to repeat season 1. You know, we've got like twists and turns. We're going to open in a much darker place, but picking up where we left off last year, you know, it's, you know, I've read the first few episodes, and you know, it's accelerated. You know, it's not going to be, let's try and follow a model that seemed to work in season 1, you know. And so the writers are fearless. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of twists and turns, and I think that if you were a fan of the show, what we have in store will keep you a fan.
I think one of the things that I enjoyed most about your character in season 1 was you were so likable as a mentor figure, but also so great as the villain that I think the audience kind of had a tough time deciding which version they liked better.
What's nice about this is, again, nothing I did. This is those guys crafting a character who genuinely had goals that made him good and bad. He needed to protect Barry, so he ended up in that relationship while protecting him, had that mentorship, which was genuine, and then affection bled into it, which he couldn't help because he's so winning. At the same time, this is a guy trying to get home, and people needed to die for him to get home, so be it. To him, they'd already been dead for 100 years. So he had these two goals, which were genuine and organic, allowing me as the character to play, both those levels without it being a dastardly, sketchy villain, and so I think we have more of that coming up in season 2. It was for an actor, just a joy to be able to play two levels that were like I used that word earned, but kind of earned. He had these goals and he was trying to get home.
Which side did you like doing better?
I really like the reason I signed on was to put on that suit and be the Reverse Flash. So for me, like when it gets robust and athletic as it sometimes does on our show, and we're wearing a thing and we're facing off, I love that stuff. Yeah.